Afternoon. Welcome Daniel Harmon Studios. Here to talk about today about fear. Things that help us to get over that, why it's there, what happens as wood carvers. Everybody has fear. We just all need to get over that and work through it. One of my favorite quotes says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same." That's from Marianne Williamson. That's one of my favorite quotes. That the fact that we are here. Our gifts from God are here to make it so that we use them. We show our light through our art, our carvings. And when we stop doing that, or we don't do that, we're restricting what God can do with us. We were given these talents, and if we listen to that side that says, "I can't do it, I'm not good enough, my work is not that great," I've gone through that. I still go through that. I look at the pieces that I make, and I look at the pieces that I create, and a lot of them are won ribbons and best of show, but I still struggle looking at those, and I see the imperfections. So we as people, we see those things. We have to work past that and get over that and get off the "I'm not good enough. It doesn't look right. What if someone else doesn't like it?" And just start carving. Our first piece isn't going to be a masterpiece. No one's first piece is a masterpiece. Nobody sits down and plays Bach the first time. Nobody sits down and creates an award-winning carving. None of my first pieces ever made it to that point. It was years. I mean, I was carving for 10 years or so before I got a best of show. It takes a while. It takes us time to get through those things, and once we get over that, we can allow ourselves the ability to create. And that's what we're here for, is to create. We've got that gift to create art. And wood carving is not great. You start where you start. You start with what you have. I started carving peach pits with a pocket knife at a family reunion. And then I just had the overwhelming desire to keep going into something different, into something. It's far different from starting off with peach pits and a pocket knife. But we have the opportunity to work through that. We can get through ourselves. And where we start isn't always where we're going to end. Some people start with hand tools and go to power tools. Some people start with power tools and go to hand tools. It doesn't matter how you carve. It just matters that you're carving. I started with power tool. Well, started with a pocket knife, and then I went to power tools. I thoroughly enjoy power tools. I love power tools. I love carving with power tools. So just keep in mind that that's what we're here for, is to learn, whatever it takes. Hey, also, beginning woodworker, make sure that you make each day a masterpiece. Make sure that you call yourself a teacher, because as you gain the skills and you gain the skills you need to get better and to do what you need to do, once you get those skills, grab somebody else, pull them up, be a teacher. And when you start teaching, even if you just have minimal skills, if you can pass those skills on to somebody, it will make your skills better. Every day is a masterpiece. Little things make big things happen. Remember the most important thing, ego stands for edge God out. Take your ego out of it. Just be humble, do what you do, and make sure that you think that, or you stop and get rid of the thought process that says, "I can't start carving because somebody else already carves ostrich eggs. So what? I carve ostrich eggs. If I waited for them to stop carving ostrich eggs, I'd wait for thousands of years." I don't need to worry about if somebody else carves ostrich eggs. I carve ostrich eggs the way I do it, not the way they do it. I can't wait for that. You have to get rid of the, oh, I can't carve gun stocks because someone else carves gun stocks. So what? I carve gun stocks. Somebody else carves gun stocks. Who cares? I took a class when I learned how to do gun stocks on how to carve gun stocks, the class. There were 7 or 8 of us in the class. Every one of those pieces turned out very differently. Why? Because we are all individual people. We all put our own creativity into that piece. So you can't wait for someone else to stop doing something before you start. No. The world has plenty enough for everybody. Just go out there, stay humble, just start carving, make each day your masterpiece, and go carve out a piece of the world. Like I say, art is creativity. What we do is what we are. Another thing I've learned and heard about in life is, as we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Again, when we get that fear out of us, it allows us the opportunity to help others. We work hard in a short time. We still fail to achieve our big picture goals. The reason you might be having trouble with carvings in the long run is nearly always you're afraid. You're self-sabotaging. You're saying that I'm not worth it. Because the alternative to freelance and going to professional, or beginning carver to professional carver, is when we go professional or we start carving and we say, I know what I'm doing. Here is my carving. Here's my work. Here's my love and my passion. It took me a while to create this. But once we do that, once we put ourselves out there as a wood carver, someone who does wood carvings or whatever it is we're doing in life, once we put ourselves out there, it says, I know how to do this. Here is my work. And that's kind of hard to do because it opens us up to a lot of criticism. And it puts us into the world as someone who actually knows something about what we're talking about. And when that's not just today, that's tomorrow. Once we put ourselves into the world as a wood carver, then we're going to be a wood carver. People will look at us as somebody who knows what they're doing about wood carving. If I just carve things in my little place, or I don't make carvings, and I don't create anything, then I don't have to put myself out there. There's no risk. I don't have to open myself up to that criticism that's out there in the world. We can blame it on other people. We can blame it on the client. We can blame it on the system. We can blame it on all sorts of things. But until we pull out of ourselves and get what is really truly inside, we're hiding from all these things. The noises in our head that are saying we're not good enough, it's not perfect, and the ones that say it could be better, that's all there, and we all experience that. Again, I still struggle sometimes with my own work. I've created some pieces again that are one show pieces, and I still struggle with that, and I still struggle when I give a client a piece or somebody a piece, and the praise that they give to that product, I struggle with that because I still think that I am not worth that. I'm not. And it's true, I am not. It's totally a gift from God. And we're all there. It's a we. It's not a me, it's a we. It's when I accomplish something anyway, it's a we accomplish something. It's myself and God. The two of us have accomplished something. And the most freeing thought that an artist can have is it's really up to us to create original, new, never before done stuff. It's up to us to create new carvings. If there are no rules right out the door, why not do it our own way? Most people just have a struggle with that. This thought is what stops most wood carvers from achieving greatness. Because the idea that I can do whatever I want to do. I can carve the head of an elephant on a giraffe. I can carve the head of a giraffe on a lion. Whatever I can carve, I can do. It's me. That's what the wonderful thing about wood carving is. or art in general. We are creators. We create those things because we want someone to tell us what to do. We struggle. We're used to being told. We seek that permission and validation from everybody, so we don't just do something. We blame it on other people, and if we go out and do something original, that again puts us in that space for criticism. And so if it fails, it's now our failure. It's not their failure. They told me how to do it, I did it, so it's their failure. No, it's my failure. I did it. I created something totally original. And so if the world says, ooh, then that's my failure. And I struggle hearing that. And we all do. Nobody wants to hear that. So we struggle with creating new original stuff. We don't need permission to do or go. We just need to do it. Forget the approval or permission from someone else. Listen to whatever it is you need to. Your approval comes through doing your own original work. There's no manual, no map, no direction. But the door is wide open. Just listen to it. Whatever that internal thing is in you, whatever you believe that internal thing is, just go and carve something. Pick up a pocket knife and start carving a piece of wood. Go get a cheap wood carving set of knives and just start. There's lots of different ways to start. Different power carving options. And all that type of stuff is out there. Just pick up something. God is saying, get ready. I'm going to surprise you. I have already spoken to the right people. I have already lined up the healing, the freedom, the promotion. It's going to happen suddenly when you don't see it coming. Those blessings are already there. Your artwork is going to take you, your wood carvings are going to take you someplace that you've never been before. Just accept that you have the gift and just start carving. I decided to do this video instead of a carving video because I think that's very important, especially in the world, that we need to learn to let go of those fears, let go of the things holding us back. We need to accept the fact that we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. Every one of my pieces has a mistake in it. I'll be happy to point them out to you because we're not perfect. There's only one perfect person ever lived, our Savior Jesus Christ. But we are imperfect, so accept the fact that my show pieces that have won Best of Show, all those pieces, I know exactly where every flaw is. I'll be happy to point it out to you. But that's not the point. The point is that the world isn't going to see those flaws. We see them. We feel that pain from the flaws. We feel the pain from whatever it is in life. So we have to open up. Let ourselves be vulnerable. We have to open up and say, yes, this is my creation. I created something. Nobody told me what to do. I took it upon myself and I picked up some carving stuff and I carved this item. Whatever it is, go out and carve something. And when someone says it's ugly, say thank you. But understand that's their opinion. Not everybody's going to think it's ugly. It could look like a dying duck, and it should be a rabbit. That's okay. First time carvings always look like dying ducks when they're supposed to be rabbits. Accept that it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay, and you'll gain from that lots of different things. The ability to listen to criticism, not let it affect you very much, because it's going to. I mean, it's out there. People criticize all the time. Best of Show pieces that I've done, people still criticize those if they find the flaws. And if they look really, really closely, they can find the flaws. And someone's always going to be looking really, really closely at something you do, because there's always someone who has to criticize something we've done. So just learn to let that criticism go. We don't need it. You don't need it. It doesn't need to be in your life. What I hope you can do from this is just pick up some carving tools. Some power carving tools, some hand carving tools, whatever works that you are interested in or thinking about getting interested in, and just go out and carve something. And look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Look for them out there. They're carving videos, some carving tutorial videos that I do. Thank you, and have a great